for Arsenal to win?
The odds. I think of four.
Fuck
Four
off.
odds.
Fuck off. So 25k would have been 100 grand?
Yeah, four.
I'm so
Huh?
annoyed. So 25k would have been 100k.
Yes.
I don't know how we ran out of money. But I knew I knew Arsenal was going to win because they kept talking about it. That is the Madrid people.
Yeah.
They kept saying remontada, and so they said this will be fighting.
Remontada and all
I was
that
like,
nonsense.
bro, when I saw Vinicius, and I think it was Rodrigo as well. Rodrigo said something. He made a post on Instagram, and he said something like, "We go need y'all to help us," something like that. He said something like that. He put y'all.
Yeah, 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 yes.
He said, "We need y'all," something like that on Instagram. I'm like, this guy is fucked. These guys are going
Yeah,
to
they we need
lose.
you all to support us or
I
something.
was like,
Yeah, they were talking too much.
they're
They
talking
were
too
too
much.
emotional.
Yes, they're talking too much. And Rodrigo was saying y'all. Like, that thing stood out to me because you're European, so and you're in Spain. Like, it just doesn't make sense. It was too strange. Like, everything they were saying
Mm.
was just weird and very strange for them to say. If they're talking about remontada, think about Barcelona's remontada. Nobody said anything. Nobody came out and said y'all. Sergio Roberto said nothing. So I found it very, very strange. Anyway, so
They're saying see you at 9 o'clock. I
yeah,
see.
yeah, like a
Uh,
threat or something. I was like, bruh,
I beg. Yeah,
I knew Arsenal were going there
if
to
you are so
die.
good, you shouldn't have lost the first leg three
Agreed,
zero.
agreed. And it's a shame. I'm just pissed off because out of all the things we've put together, like all the stuff, there was none I've been more sure of than
Mm.
Arsenal. And oddly enough,
Uh,
we didn't have the cash for it. I'm so pissed off because that was too clean. I knew that one. Well, other than the Super Bowl, but I knew that one so well, so clean. Anyways, so
mm.
welcome back to the show, Il Toro. We're
Okay.
glad to have you. Now, the yes, we've been talking about Arsenal for the past few minutes off camera, but the real story of the Champions League is the hero story of Aston Villa, right? The fact that Aston Villa, from wherever they came
Okay.
from, had such a run in the Champions League. Yes, they got knocked out by PSG, but the fact that they were that
Yeah.
close to a historic semi-final
Yeah.
in however many years, it's a story that I think we need to explore, but not really truly about Aston Villa. Nobody truly cares about Villa. But my main focus is Marcus Rashford. How could
Okay.
Rashford have left United and then he's having such a fantastic season? The reason I want to have the discussion is because somebody came out, one of your favorite fucking stupid, idiotic British pundits came out and said, uh, Marcus Rashford never played this well in Manchester United. I was like, what?
Mm.
It was 3 years ago this guy scored 30 goals in a season. What the fuck are you talking about? So you now have the other people, the Gary Neville's and all these other guys saying, it may be good for Rashford to stay in Villa. So you, as a resident United fan, what is your take?
No, I think you should just stay at Villa or any other club you can go to.
What?
Because I don't know.
Okay.
Yes,
Let's
the
hear it.
pressure at Man United right now is just too much. I'm not sure it's something you can deal with anymore. And another problem, I think, he's been kind of misprofiled
Okay.
a lot at Man U. So like Emery kind of gets what to do with him. So he should just stay there. If he comes to Man U, the pressure will be too much. Everybody expects him to perform magic all the time.
Mm.
I think it's already too much for him. I'm
Miss
not sure it's something he can handle anymore.
miss profile. What do you mean by miss
Misprofiled.
profile? What do you mean by that?
You get a player, you feel is this okay? So look at the way Napoli are using
Scott Mark.
your guy Scott Mark.
Yeah.
Yes, that guy is not a central midfielder.
Okay.
He's like a supporting striker kind of thing.
Wow.
I think even if he's a striker before, yes. So don't expect him to do anything for you in midfield, build up, passing. No,
Yeah.
he needs to be arriving in the box, crashing the box.
So
Take away all that
like a Lampard or what?
midfield work. Yes, basically, and that's what those ones are using him to do.
Mm.
They know he doesn't have the qualities to do all that central midfield
Like
work. So
like like Pep said about Matthias Nunes. He said
yeah, I said that about yes,
he doesn't have the intelligence. I was like, whoa,
yes,
calm
yes.
down, bro.
I said the same.
He said he's not intelligent enough to play the position. I was like, shit.
Yes,
You can say that
it's
about
true.
somebody?
What type of mood be that, yeah?
Yeah, I think he said he's not clever enough. I think that was the word he used. But bruh,
Clever, smart. I mean,
yeah.
what the hell?
So you're saying
So
that,
Rashford will
yeah.
have to get this. Yeah.
So is it down to the coach, like being able to interpret what a player is and what a player is supposed to do? Because
Yes.
you just gave two examples, right? You gave Scott Mark and you gave
Um.
another person. Who was it? And let's call it Rashford.
Yeah.
Rashford is another example. So two different managers at two different teams are able to see a player and immediately understand that, look, we need you in this type of position doing these sorts of things. How come
Yeah.
Manchester United cannot replicate same?
I don't even know anymore for the team. I don't even understand. It's crazy.
See, they're calling it more attacking freedom for Scott McTominay. It's like no United fan ever saw McTominay as an attacking freedom person or as a person that needed attacking freedom, but here he is.
Yes.
That's strange.
Huh? Leave him. Let him go and stay close to the box up front.
Yeah,
That kind of thing.
see Lampard, like you said.
That's what it's good for. I think he used to be a striker.
Yeah, yeah, I heard he
You
grew
know.
up as a striker. That's
So,
true. I heard that.
yes, he grew up as a striker. It was Mourinho with his usual nonsense that he's big, he's tall, he's strong. Decided to
we
play him as
we need him in the midfield position to win goal
yeah,
kicks or
yeah,
to challenge for second balls or first ball
hmm
actually.
yeah.
Okay, so what? Okay, okay. Now, do you agree with the idea that Rashford has had his best season in United? Sorry, in Villa.
Oh, come on, of course not. He's been better at Man United now. Look at that 2020 season, that lockdown time.
Yeah,
It was fantastic now.
yeah,
Even
yeah.
for Rashford, I mean, for Ten Hag in that his first season, he played very well. He scored goals, and all that.
Me, I call
So
I
that's
call
a big thing.
Rashford's 30 goal season. I call it the Ronaldo season. Let's call it because
Abi?
it is the Ronaldo season because Ronaldo comes and all of a sudden, like people didn't even notice that Rashford scored 30 goals in a season. Just what I mean, like the guy just turned
Yeah.
into something else. Just
Yes.
and I
I
think
think that season, too, they kind of played to his strengths.
yeah,
They played to his strengths that season too, unlike the seasons after.
mm.
So his output was something else.
So I just think like
Then,
so if Villa now is to take on Rashford, they have to pay Manchester United. What amount of money will
yeah,
you take for Rashford?
I think they already basically agreed like a 40 million pound deal if they are going to take him.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Is 40 million pounds good?
Well, I'm not sure anybody is going to pay more.
Goldbridge calls it free profit. That's what he calls it.
Yes,
You don't think you
for
can find more money for Rashford on the market?
I'm not sure there's anybody that needs him right now.
Right.
Like I mean, which teams? Not Bayern.
Mm,
No, the Italians don't have money. None of the teams that have money
mm,
need him,
right.
and very few teams can even afford him. Don't forget his salary is I think
350.
200 and something,
I thought it was
like
350.
250 at least, or close to 300.
Yeah. You're sure it's not. You're sure it's not 350.
But for Man U, is it up to 350? Eh? No, I think it's Casemiro that is on 350 or so. I can't remember.
Okay, I'm seeing 300k here.
Yeah, very close to 300. I know it's between 250, 275 or something. But although for Man U, it's still a good deal, 40 million on the books. That's pure profit.
Yeah.
With that, you can go ahead and buy players of over. You can spend like maybe close to 150 million
Okay, yeah, I saw that. 300%.
without PSR,
Yeah.
without PSR strangling you.
Nah. Well, I
Yeah.
honestly speaking, like just as a City fan with this thing they're saying, all this stuff, we
Mm.
have to stop this PSR nonsense. Like we just have to
Ah,
stop it. Let
yeah.
us all inject ourselves with as much dope as possible. Let's see who the strongest is. Because
Really,
how can you be
I'm
no,
not.
I'm serious.
I'm not sure anybody would want to try that with Newcastle.
Let's go. Let's go. Because this is my thing. Because we already discussed it with Don. We discussed the small victory we had against the Premier League. Because they were suing us. Oh no, we sued them.
Yeah,
That their requirement of determining fair value for sponsorships is discriminatory. Like it's racist, basically.
is it?
Yes, the court agreed with us. Premier League is racist against us. We've established that, right? And I think that's a very strong legal basis for going forward. If Newcastle says, okay, fine, we want to rely on the Saudi money, they're already doing it in boxing, aren't they? Okay, we want to rely on the Saudi money. Let's inject as much Saudi money into Newcastle as possible. In the end, Il Toro, you can only field 11
Yeah.
players. You can only lead. You can only field 11 players, and let's see if your 11 players are better than my 11
Yes.
players. You can still flop. Malaga did it. They flopped. PSG, they haven't won anything. It's not until now when they started getting freaking all these African players. I don't know who they are, where they came from. But the times when they were spending hundreds of millions, they spent hundreds of millions on Neymar, spent all this money, Zlatan, Thiago
On
Silva,
rubbish. On
Cavani,
superstars who are lazy
Lavezzi,
to play football.
Lavezzi, all these people. No, these are not. They're not just superstars. I mean, even if you want to call them superstars, they are superstars for a reason. They can play football, and you say, okay, fine,
Yes,
we'll
they
pay you
can.
excess money. Come on the field of play and play. They did not reach even a final until Neymar, and they didn't win. So even that doesn't count. So
Mhm.
it means that all the money they spent went to nothing. So what I'm saying, my point is that teams should be free to express themselves in whatever financial fashion they wish to, because the
No,
game is
no,
still played on the field, not
no,
in a.
not when you have not when you have clubs that are backed by oil nations or countries. I mean, that's crazy.
Then go
That's like
and
allowing Elon Musk
yes,
to go buy some football club. I mean, it's
go and
crazy.
get your sugar
I
daddy.
know
Let
the
your sugar daddy and my sugar
no
daddy go
nobody
band for band. What is wrong with that?
no no. Not everybody is going to get a sugar daddy. So what happens to the people who don't have a
This
sugar
is
daddy?
this is communism, and somebody explained it. He
So what
said
will
that
happen to them? Look at
PSR,
even Newcastle.
yeah,
Newcastle have not even been allowed to flex their muscles
yet.
at
No,
all.
yeah, because of the PSR.
But I mean, yes, and they're in
Because of
third
the PSR.
place.
So what's wrong with them being third?
Yeah,
What is wrong with Newcastle being third?
Newcastle went. They got Isak. They
Yes,
got Tonali.
yes. Bruno
I mean,
Guimaraes, yes.
yes,
Gordon, yes.
yes.
So what is the problem with now being a top 16? What is the problem with that?
No, there is no problem so
Okay.
long as you spend within your means.
No.
You spend what you generate. Not that
No.
somebody will just go and bring 1 billion, maybe $1 trillion and
Okay.
start spending.
I gave the example of Malaga and I gave the example of PSG. Right? To be fair, PSG, they have dominated the league, or they've turned it into a
The
farmers league.
French league, yeah.
They've turned it into a farmers league, so maybe it's not that good of an example. But you look at Malaga,
Mhm.
Malaga did something similar. They had all these
They did it
investors.
for a year, and the guy went broke, basically.
Okay. So, but that year that they spent all that money, they should have won
They went
something.
to the Champions League, if I remember
I
correctly.
know. That's what I'm saying. Well, I think it was with Pellegrini, right? Or who was it? But the point
Yes, I
the
think so.
point I'm
Yeah.
making is that football is played on the field, not in the accountant's office. There is no guarantee that you spend 80 million on a
Sure.
player. There's no guarantee that when you spend 80 million on a player, he's going to be playing better than another guy who was bought for 20 million. You still need a
Sure.
coach.
But
You
if
still
you
need
have
a
a
team.
club, yeah, you need a structure that will get players for the coach's style.
Yes.
Not that you just go and assemble superstars just because they are superstars. You bring Neymar, you bring Messi, you bring Mbappe.
In the same
Those three
team.
guys,
In the same
yeah,
team. And they
those
didn't
three
win the
guys
Champions
wanted to
League.
kill. Those no, they were never going to win it. If you watch their match against, I think it was Man City or I can't remember, or maybe it was Madrid.
It was not Liverpool.
7 players were defending, or yeah, maybe Liverpool. 7 were defending, 3 were not. So that is already killing you. I know the way football is nowadays. If all of you are not defending as a unit,
Yeah.
you will suffer.
Right. But
The other team, they are all defending, they are attacking. But these other ones, only 7 people. They just be dragging them all over the place
no,
because the others are not covering space.
I
Because
agree.
I remember watching that game and I was looking at it, I was like, man,
These guys are
these
going
guys
to
are
kill.
suffering. The 3 of them, they were just jogging. They were walking around,
You
waiting
know,
for the ball to come and meet them up front
yes, that
or
is.
something or in near.
I've always like. I don't want to call myself a traditionalist, but that has always been my view. I've never understood the idea of an attacker going back to defend. Like when Messi came to PSG, they're telling him to lie down behind the wall. I'm like, what is this? As in, do you know who you're talking to? You want me to go and be forming wall, lying down on the floor, like I'm, I'm an old man. Like they call, I'm senior man. I'm
Yeah,
not only am I senior man, I am Lionel Messi. Why am I
yeah.
lying down on the floor behind the free kick? Like,
Oh, well, it's
no,
short. It's not going to form the wall now.
But the Messi should not be even part of the war. He should be there for the break or
Yeah.
whatever it is. So like, so what I'm trying to say is that there is an issue in football where there's just no respect, right? So people think that a striker must come and be doing the work of a
Well,
DM. Like they want Harry Kane to be dropping deep. You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah,
I find it
yeah.
strange. I am a striker.
Well,
I'm a striker. Let the midfielders go and do it. I'm supposed
if
to
I
be doing
remember correctly, it's your coach who brought about all the madness.
well with the first nine.
And everybody started copying him, blah, blah, blah. No, no, not just false nine. Yeah, everybody has to defend as a team, you they press together,
Hmm.
all those kind of things.
I
And and again, football has changed
hmm,
since maybe 2010 or 2012 or whatever.
right.
Those days, players used to be a bit more individualistic. They show their flair,
Yeah, because
they beat their man.
I'm remembering like the
And
Diego Milito, Mario Gomez, Luca Toni time. For
yes,
Luca Toni is going back to
the
press.
winger, the winger is looking to beat his
His man on
defender
the
and
wing
put
and
in
cross the ball.
a
Yes.
cross. Yes, yes. But your man now, he decided no. Team players have to play to a rigid tactical
Yeah.
structure. If you do whatever you like, Pep will not play you. You
Yeah.
must play the way you want. All those kind of things. And then everybody started copying him. Although
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they are kind of going back now.
Yeah.
It's changing again. But it will take a while for the change to be complete.
It's a very important thing that you raised. That Pep came up with this idea that actually makes footballers into these pieces of a puzzle. They look at players as
And then
fun.
what became monotonous.
Yeah, they look at players as functions, not
Yes.
as individuals. Like X player
Yes.
in X
Yes.
position should do
It's
X
about
thing.
function.
It's not really about
Yes.
Savinho or Grealish doing a particular thing. It's about
Mm-hmm.
that person in that position should do X. If you are not doing X, you won't win.
Yes.
So my question is,
Yes.
why did that trend? Why was it so trendy? Why was it so catchy that even people like Schweinsteiger came out and said, "Well, Pep destroyed German football. Everybody wants to play like Pep." All these things, and now you're saying the same
Well,
thing
he was
again,
successful with it, no? He was successful with it.
right?
But he was successful with it, obviously.
So
But
people
there are
really,
different ways to
yeah.
skin a cat. Why are you trying to copy some guy? Even right now, he doesn't seem to know what he's doing anymore.
I know
Everyone has
he has no
basically caught
idea.
on.
They've downloaded his album.
Yeah,
His
people have
wife
caught on
his
to
wife
what
leaked
he's
all his
doing.
tactics to the media in their divorce.
Yeah,
everybody has it. Fucking hell. Anyways, I just so now that Rashford is going, who
mm,
do you think United can put in their place? Since United has an access to 150 million, let's say.
I
Who
have no idea. Truthfully, I don't even know.
and I think
But
yeah,
I'm not really sure because I don't know who the coach wants right now.
you go
They've
and
linked them with some players.
bring some of his boys from wherever he was coming from.
No, no, they won't. There is nobody is going to bring from there. I don't think
Not
anybody
even
will
the
bring
striker.
from there. I think it's going to be too expensive. It will take too much money. I'm
What
not
they'll say
sure.
100 mil?
No, I think it's like 65 or something.
Pounds.
Maybe euros.
That's not bad though. If he can do
Oh,
something
we
with
don't
it.
have that kind of money. We want. There are other positions to fill.
What are they? What
I
are those
mean,
positions?
we need like two new central midfielders. We
Why?
need a striker.
Wait.
Yes.
Before you get to two center midfielder, before you get to the striker, you have Ugarte,
Oh, please. Ugarte is crap, I beg.
but he just arrived at the club.
It doesn't matter. It's not good enough. They
So
should never have signed him.
so he should be
He's a very
cover
poor
or he
passer.
should stay. Or he should
If they
go,
can
sorry.
sell him, it would have been better. There are better players out there.
Who? Okay, who
Okay,
is replacing Ugarte?
okay.
Let me show.
I was talking about football changing nowadays.
Yeah.
It's more physical nowadays.
Okay.
So you need pace and power.
Right. True.
They call it PNP.
Yeah.
You need players who can take the ball, drive
Yeah.
through the other
Oh,
team,
you
not
guys
pass, pass,
you guys
pass.
asking for Yaya Toure? Is that what you're asking for?
What?
I said you guys are looking for Yaya Toure.
Yes, that's what football has become. No, almost everybody has those kind of players right now. They take the ball, they just drive from their defense to your
Just to
midfield
push people
or
back.
to
Push
your
people
almost your
back.
box. Yes,
Yeah. Can't break the press, basically.
yes.
Because everybody's pressing.
So yes, everybody's pressing. So you need players, you just carry the ball and just run through your midfield and
Right.
deliver it to someone else who can maybe give a killer pass or something. Or if
Yeah.
you can shoot, good. So Man U does not have that at all.
Is there somebody? Is there somebody?
Let me see. Let me see. They've linked them with some, but I can't even remember any right now. I don't know
The
why
reason
it
I'm, the reason
seems
I'm
to have
asking,
escaped my mind.
yeah, the reason I'm asking is because you know I've been looking at football, trying my best. It's difficult for me to watch games because they have women doing analysis, women doing commentary, and
Mm-hmm.
not only am I seeing problems in the media side of football, I'm also having problems in the football itself. In the terms
Mm-hmm.
of the fact that like nobody that watches football right now can name 10 center forwards. Like
Yes.
right now you have to mention Lewandowski, and he's like 40.
Yeah,
You must mention
exactly.
Lewandowski. So
Thanks to your pep. They stopped producing strikers. They were all producing inside forwards. Inside forward.
why I don't see why
Wingers
I
who,
don't see why Pep is
who
taking
cannot who
more
cannot
blame.
cross. Wingers who cannot cross, who just want to,
Is that
looking
Pep's
to
fault?
score.
I think someone called
Any
out Pep recently. The Italian, was it Marcello Lippi or
yes, no, it was Capello, I think.
Capello?
Abi?
Yeah. It was Capello. It was Capello. It's like that Pep.
I think it was Fabio Capello.
Yeah, it was Capello. Capello said Pep destroyed Italian football, and it's like how Pep said I'm not good
Mhm.
enough to do that,
At, a,
and
at a point, they stopped producing forwards. There were no center forwards anymore.
no,
Even the Pep, eventually he lands and went to get Haaland
no.
when he
When
saw that.
when you think about
But
it,
by then, so, Mhm.
yeah, you're saying you said by then.
no, okay, I don't say okay, but now
Mm.
those center forward types are coming back. But then it's still going to take maybe like 6 years to almost 10 years, maybe with 5 years or something, before they would have produced enough that they would be everywhere.
Right, that's crazy.
Yeah,
But I obviously I will not accept blame on Pep's behalf for killing the center
yeah,
forward.
sure, but I
But
mean, he changed it. He changed the game, and everybody's decided to copy him. And teams too decided to tailor their academies to producing certain type of footballers.
right,
But now everybody is. I think there's a brain reset now.
right, because if you remember growing up, like you watch United in the 90s, United always had two strikers.
Yes.
So, and that's why Sol Campbell he was recently talking, and they were asking, "Oh, which era is tougher, this era or that era?" And he said, "In my era, you had to play against Robbie Keane and Pavlyuchenko. You had to play
Yeah.
against Andy Cole and freaking Teddy
Yeah.
Sheringham, or Dwight York and Andy
Yeah.
Cole, or
Thierry Henry.
and Dennis Bergkamp, or Thierry Henry, and
Yeah.
who was the other guy? They had to play.
Ginola, all these guys.
Yeah.
There were quite a bit of them
So
those days.
you play. So
Shearer, Owen.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. So meaning that in every team you had a
Drogba.
win. Eh?
I said we forgot Drogba.
Yeah, Drogba and Shevchenko, or Drogba and
Yeah.
whoever. But I
No,
think no, Drogba didn't really pair up with anybody. I think by that time
yeah, I didn't.
they
But
were
he's
already
a physical specimen.
yeah. But I'm saying that by that time they were already moving towards this single striker
Yes,
up
they were
front.
already moving
But
towards
in the
it. Yeah.
90s, it was unheard of.
In the 90s, of course,
It
it
was
was
unheard
always
of to
two.
have only one striker. Like it means that you were trying not
Yeah.
to lose.
Yeah.
So the winning teams played two strikers, meaning that there were enough strikers in the market, in the world, for a team to confidently
Yes.
have two up front, play them both at the same time.
Yes. And
But
two on the bench.
yeah, but like Pep, or yeah, basically since what's his name, since Alvarez left, it's been like oh yeah, just Haaland up front,
Yeah.
and then you sign
Just
Mamouche,
one.
and Mamouche is not even a striker. We don't even know what
He's
he
a
is.
supporting striker.
Yeah, like the other
He's a
one,
supporting
the one in
striker.
Chelsea too. What's his name? Uh,
Palmer.
no, not
Who is that?
Palmer. The savior, the one that was supposed to save them, that was injured. Bakayoko. No,
Nkulunku.
Uka, exactly. He too. Like we don't know what he is.
He's a supporting striker. Yeah.
Right, but that's my point. Like, and then sometimes you see him playing up front. This on a normal day, he's supposed to be paired up with somebody, like actually leading the line, pushing people back. You know what I mean? The big
Mm.
striker holds up play for him to run through,
Yes.
or for him to
Bring other things. Yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's
Mm-hmm.
it's really a statement on football itself. The way football is now being played, everybody is doing a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. Everybody,
4-2-3-1. Yes.
everybody.
Yes.
So now the song has changed. Even Pep is now playing 3-6-1. That's what he's doing now. Oh yeah, because like they just don't want to do a 3-5-2. Nobody wants to do 3-5-2. Everybody's doing 3-6-1.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
you understand? So there's just something to be said about the fact that strikers are in less demand, and that's
Mm-hmm.
why you are saying
They
that.
are in demand again, but there aren't enough good ones. Like
Yeah,
right now, if you are looking for a top nine, you are talking about Gyökeres,
yeah,
Osimhen,
yeah.
who else?
You can't.
All the rest are young boys just
No,
coming up.
no footballer can name 10 strikers. Like people, if you go on the street, people will mention Benzema for you right now, bro. People are going to mention
The
Karim Benzema.
rest are young boys just coming up, like
Whose
the
name we
Ipswich
don't
boy,
know?
Delap. Delap. You
Yeah,
guys, you people, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Ilian Delap. He's a good. I think the boy is going to be really good for whoever gets him.
He's
He's
English,
big, he's
and
strong, he's
United
fast.
is linked with him. How much do you think they're
Yeah,
going
I
to
think they
press
would
you for him?
actually. I think they are going to buy him. Maybe like 40 or something. I don't know.
He's
They are
English.
relegated already.
Okay, oh, they're relegated.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's English now. He's not, that's Rory Delap
Yeah, I know, I
son
know,
now.
I know. I'm aware of that. But I'm just saying that
Hmm.
he's English, so you should be looking at 50, 60 million.
Yeah, something like that. If he's not taken, it seems good. Good enough actually.
So,
He can shoot. You know.
yeah. So, okay. United has Hoyland, Xerxes.
Mm.
Why are they looking for a Delap?
Zexu is not a striker now.
He's not?
He's like a supporting striker, really.
Which means nothing when you think about it. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, because even when you had
Hmm.
players like Wayne Rooney running around, we all understood Wayne Rooney to be the striker. You know what I mean? Even though
Yeah.
he could play that quote unquote supporting striker, but I call supporting striker, I call it a fake position. Like, it's not real. You know what I mean?
He's
Yeah,
like a
because
10, that kind of thing.
you see,
Those
it's
days when
like a
teams
10.
used to
No,
play a
like
10.
you have to use words like because it's not actually defined.
Mm.
When Rooney played for England, it was Rooney Defoe.
Yeah.
Yes, somebody will drop back and do something,
Yeah.
but we understood him to be a striker. We
Yeah.
gave him that responsibility of being a striker. This is what you are doing, sir.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, supporting striker. Oh, you're like Nkuku. Oh, he's supposed to be in the center, but he drifts to the left. It's like, no,
Hmm.
your responsibility is specific. Because I remember, even this guy too, what's his
Yeah.
name? Lewandowski goes to the left too, a lot. He does it a lot. Like more than people would even remember. But I've seen him going out wide, putting pressure on like a left back, or sorry, right back or two. I've seen it happen. So what do you think of what do you think of the Champions League? Who do you think is going to win this Champions League? Just as a way to end.
Uh, it's not Inter.
Why not Inter?
So if it is not Inter, then maybe PSG.
Oh my god. Somebody was saying I think someone was saying Barcelona should help football. Who was it? Someone said, "Oh, Barcelona should rescue us." No, I don't know. He said PSG, Inter, and Barcelona should rescue football from Arsenal winning the Champions League, which I agree
Yeah,
with.
actually, I agree with that. I
I
totally agree with that.
I agree with that sentiment because we will
Arsenal
not
cannot
hear
win the Champions League.
we will not hear one word for the next 20 years. We did
Yes.
when Arsenal won
Look at the way they've been celebrating.
when
We
Arsenal
don't have
won.
a bloody semi-final. Well, a
Yeah,
quarter-final.
yeah. When Arsenal won the Invincibles, like they've held on to that Invincibles for the past 2 generations.
Yes, for over
If they
20 years.
if they make a mistake and win this Champions League, we are cooked, bro.
Uh,
Like we're
finished.
finished. We're not going to. Arsenal is the best team. We beat Madrid. We beat everyone.
Hmm.
But who would you
Because of
like?
that first leg, they were saying Arsenal is the best team in the world. I was like, how now? Yeah.
Yes, that's the kind of talk that they'll be saying, and I'm just,
Hmm.
I just can't. And they'll be like, oh, we don't even have a striker. Imagine if we had a striker, we would
Mm.
have given them nine.
Yeah.
Oh my days, bro.
Those people.
Who would you
God.
like to win this Champions League?
Anybody but Arsenal, actually. Let me
Yeah.
just be truthful.
Honestly,
Anybody but
I don't want that PSG team to win. I hate them from here.
who?
PSG, I don't want them to win.
Who don't you want to win?
PSG, can you hear me?
To win which team?
PSG, oh, which is do I want to win? Can you hear me?
Oh.
I think I'd rather Inter win out of the remaining people. I don't want Barcelona to win. I don't want Arsenal to win.
Okay.
I don't want PSG to win. I think I prefer Inter. Let Inter win. I'm okay. I'm okay with Inter. I'm not okay with PSG winning. I don't like because like people are hyping PSG like Barcola, Due, Dembele. Who's the other one?
Yeah, they don't seem to have any names right now, but they are
Right.
really
But
talented players.
but that's my point. My point is that who are these people? Where they come from? Like we don't know these guys. Why are
I'm
they?
telling you,
Why are
I
they in
don't
the
know where
semi-final?
Bakola came from.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't know where they are all these boys they are playing in their defense. I don't even know where they are from.
Yeah,
They're
bro.
all young boys who are
Yeah,
balling, basically.
bro. During Salah, I went. I took
Mhm.
I took my kids to an amusement park, and I saw a
Yeah.
French family, and
Okay.
the Oyibo, and the father, the mother, and the baby in the mother's hand. The boy was wearing a France shirt. Was it France? No,
Mm-hmm.
PSG. PSG. He was wearing a PSG shirt with
Okay.
Bacola on his back. I was like, get the fuck out of this place. What are you talking? I pushed the boy to the floor. I said, what are you doing? Why are you wearing this guy's shirt? Like, who is he? I don't know who this guy is, bro. You understand me?
Yeah.
Like, when a player bursts onto the scene,
Mm-hmm.
you have to kind of know who he is. Why is he in the Champions League semi-final? Who is he? It's like, we don't know you, bro. We do not know you. He came from Lyon.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I love all these players playing in France. I think they have a peak of the best young players in France.
No, it's too much.
They just buy them. Yeah.
It's too
There's
much.
this Dewey boy. This
Yeah,
Dewey, I be Dewey. I don't even know.
the way, yeah. The way is a funny word, bro. The way
I
means.
think they got that one
Do
from
you know what
Rennes
the
or
way means
something.
in Hausa? The way,
Where did they get him from? Let me see.
the way. Do you know what the way means? Huh? Do you know what the
What?
way means?
I have no idea.
The way means
Oh,
like,
so they got this boy from Lyon. I have no idea.
yeah, he's from Lyon. This one came
This one
from
I know is from
Rennes.
Rennes. Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
19 years old, for God's
Really
sake.
talented guy. Mm-hmm.
Like, what?
Skillful. He's always assisting or scoring, you know.
It's tough. Oh. I mean, this is tough. Let me see. Where is it coming from?
Oh, they bought him for 50 million euros.
Wow. Ivory
Oh, he's
Coast
actually an attacking midfielder.
with
But
with
of course not.
with France now. Like you just have to keep looking at the African teams that they get. The other boys from Togo.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways, bro, I'm flat, man. This Champions League attempts, all the nonsense we did, instead of us to just focus on Arsenal, we have to strategize probably
Yeah, I'm telling you.
off stream because I was so sure of that Arsenal. I called Sammy now in Canada. I said, bruh,
Oh.
I called it since Monday. I said Arsenal is going to win Madrid and Bernabeu. They are going to win. I was so sure. I've never been
Yeah,
more sure of anything in my life, and then
actually.
I didn't even have the money to put something together. We would have done something crazy, man.
Yeah.
But it's okay. So thank
And
you
he
so
was
much.
making it so easy for him. Did you watch it?
Huh?
So did you watch the game?
No, 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 no. I didn't watch that. What happened?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, was it?
No, no, it was so easy for them. Madrid were just all over the place.
They just shouted Remontada, Remontada.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
forgot to play the game. They thought the game was playing on
Yeah.
social media.
Mm-hmm. You
Oh my!
see, Vavade's wife was posting pictures. You are the love of my life, blah, blah, blah.
For where that witchcraft doesn't work, bro.
Waiting
Bro,
concern, you are my love forever with the boy.
even the official Madrid, they were posting videos of Madrid's old comebacks. I was like, you are so fucked doing this. Like there is nothing you can do about this loss, bro. I knew it. I think they posted like Ronaldo comeback, the one against Wolfsburg, and all that. I'm like, gra, that's not happening. Just no, no, it's not happening. It's just a shame I didn't have money to put on it. Anyways, so
Yeah.
anyways, off stream. All right. So thank you so much for joining me, bro.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Take care.
Yeah, you too.